Okay, let us pay homage to the Buddha. I want to pay homage in my way, so please listen attentively, although you cannot understand. Sugatang sugatang setang kusalang kusalang jahang amatang amatang santang asamang asamang dadang saranang saranang lokang aranang aranang karang abhayang abhayang thanang nayakang nayakang name sugatang sugatang setang सुगतङ उत्तम राम्रो असल मात्र बोल्नु हुने सुगतङ उत्तम भएको निर्वाणमा पुगिसक्नु भएको सेठङ 31 श्लोकमै सबैभन्दा श्रेष्ठ भइबक्सनु भएको कुशला कुशलङ कुशल कुशललाई जहाङ त्यागिसक्नु भएको अमतङ अमृत रूपी निर्वाण प्राप्त गरिसक्नु भएको अमतङ मृत्युबाट पनि मुक्त भइसक्नु भएको सन्तङ क्लेशको डाहा शान्त गराइसक्नु भएको असमङ शिलादि गुणले अतुल्य भइबक्सनु भएको असमङ सर्वोत्तम मार्ग फल निर्वाणलाई ददङ देशनाद्वारा दिनु हुने शरणं विनय प्राणीहरूको शरण आधार भइबक्सनु भएको लोकं 31 श्लोककै ज्ञानले परिपूर्ण भइसक्नु भएको अरणं क्लेश रूपी धुलोबाट पनि मुक्त भइबक्सनु भएको अरणं विनय प्राणीहरूमा भएको क्लेश रूपी धुलोलाई करङ मुक्त नाश गराइदिनु हुने शरणं विनय प्राणीहरूको शरण आधार भइबक्सनु भएको लोकं 31 श्लोककै ज्ञानले परिपूर्ण भइसक्नु भएको हरणं क्लेश रूपी धुलोबाट पनि मुक्त भइसक्नु भएको सर्वोत्तम मार्ग फल निर्वाणलाई ददङ देशद्वारा दिनु हुने अभयं भयबाट पनि मुक्त भइसक्नु भएको अभयं राग द्वेष मोह भय रहित भएको ठानङ निर्वाण रूपी स्थानमा नायकं नायक गुरु बनी सिकाइ बुझाइ पुर्याइदिनु हुने नमे नमामि भगवान बुद्धलाई म ढोग वन्दना गर्दछु साधु 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 So, Patthana, actually Patthana is difficult to give Dhamma talk, difficult to listen and difficult to understand. That's why it is not easy for everybody to understand. So, this Patthana we have to try to listen again and again, again and again. When we are listening, we might feel that we are understanding. But after a few days, if we think about those conditions, then we have doubt. We don't understand properly. You know, in Myanmar, there was one incident regarding Patthana. So, in place called Tamu in Myanmar, so there was Sayadaw, Pamukha Sayadaw, the main Bhante, the most senior Bhante of that area, Tamu. So we can call him Tamu Sayadaw. So one day in his monastery, many devotees come. Then they request Sayadaw, Sayadaw, please give us very deep Dhamma. Please give us very deep Dhamma. We want to listen to very deep Dhamma. Then Sayadaw also agreed to their request. Many devotees, in Myanmar. So what did Sayadaw do? Sayadaw do full robe. Then he go to the Dhamma hall. Then yattao, we call yattao in Myanmar, is fan. Sayadaws, when they give Dhamma talk, they have one fan. So Sayadaw catching that fan, closing his eyes. He started to deliver deep Dhamma talk. What was the topic? He started by closing his eyes. Purima Purima Kusala Dhamma Pachimanam Pachimanam Kusalanam Dhammanam Anantara Pachena Pachayo. Then Sayadaw started giving deep Dhamma talk. Maybe 30 minutes, more than 30 minutes. Then Sayadaw opened his eyes. Sayadaw opened his eyes and Sayadaw saw only one lay person sitting and listening to his Dhamma talk. Everybody go. Then Sayadaw asked this, oh, where are everybody? Before Dhamma talk there were so many people, now only you. Then this lay devotee said, oh, everybody, nobody could understand your Dhamma. So they left, they went away. And then Sayadaw said, oh, so at least you could understand the Dhamma, so you are staying. Then he said, oh, I also cannot understand the Dhamma, but I have to lock the door. I have to lock the Dhamma hall door. So I'm waiting for Sayadaw to finish. So, this incident happened in Myanmar with Tamu Sayadaw. So this Patthana is not easy to understand. So here also, I see you sitting, but I don't know, you are also waiting to lock the door or not. Maybe some people might wait, oh, I have to lock the door, so I cannot go back. Do you have this kind of thinking? Okay. So I should not close my eyes and give Dhamma talk. If I open my eyes, maybe nobody. So this is the incident in Myanmar about Tamu Sayadaw. So, yeah, don't have many stories, so I started with one story already. So now today we will learn about Indriya Pachayo. Okay, Indriya Pachayo is controlling faculties. So the condition of controlling faculties. We should understand it in this way. So, in example, this Indriya is like a king, okay? Is like a king. Indriya Pachayo, we can understand it like a king. But I already talked about king before, right? Which Pachayo is like the king? Adhipati Pachayo, right? If it becomes Adhipati, it is like the supreme king. Everybody have to follow with this Adhipati. So we had understood, right? Adhipati, Sahajata Adhipati, Aramana Adhipati. I even gave the story of Panchapapi at that time. So Adhipati is also like the king. Now the Buddha also mentioned Indriya Pachayo is also like the king. So what is the difference between these two kings? We should understand. So Adhipati Pachayo, no, supreme king, he is like the Chakravati king. One king of whole world cycle, only one king. But Indriya is the king of his own country only, of his own place. He is not the king of the whole world. So Adhipati is like the king of the whole world, but Indriya is like the king of his own place. So there are, if we see the Pali, then we will understand what kind of king is Indriya Pachayo. So first one, everybody please open your Pali, we can recite. Indriya Pachayoti Chakundriyam Chakuvinyana Dhatuya Tang Sambayutakanancha Dhammanang Indriya Pachena Pachayo Sotindriyam Sotavinyana Dhatuya Tang Sambayutakanancha Dhammanang Indriya Pachena Pachayo Ghanindriyam Ghana Vinyana Dhatuya Tang Sambayutakanancha Dhammanang Indriya Pachena Pachayo Jivindriyam Jiva Vinyana Dhatuya Tang samyutakanancha dhammanang indriya pachena pachayo kaya indriyang kaya vinyana dhatuya tang samyutakanancha dhammanang indriya pachena pachayo. Okay, so these. First we should understand the five kings. So Chakhu Indriya is the king of eye. Sotindriya, we should understand the king of ear. These are five faculties. So they are the king in their own area. Means Chakhu Indriya means here Chakhu Pasada. Okay? The Chakhu Pasada Rupa in the eye translucency. So that is called Chakhu Indriya. So these five Indriyas are the king in their own area. Why they are the king? So we can understand in this way. In order to see who is the king, if we do not have eye translucency, can Chakhu Vinyana arise? Cannot. A blind person who do not have eye, can he see? He cannot see. So, in this regard, in order for beings to see, either it be human, can be Deva, can be Brahma, can be hell beings, every beings, in order for them to see something, they need Chakhu Indriya. So this is the small king. It cannot affect for the sound, but it can only affect for seeing. That is why we call it Chakhu Indriya. Then how does it become the king? Also we should understand is, okay, this Chakhu Indriya, right? Chakhu Pasada, eye translucency. So let us go back to another Pachayo. Chakhayatanang Chakhu Vinyana Dhatuya Tang Samyutakanancha Dhammanang Pure Jata Pachena Pachayo. You remember Pure Jata? So this eye translucency, when does it arise? It arises before Chakhu Vinyana and its support. That's why Pure Jata. It arises how many mind moment before? Not so long, much. Only little. It arises together with Atita Bhavanga, right? Atita Bhavanga, Bhavanga Chalana, Bhavangupacheda, Panchadwara Vajjana and Chakhu Vinyana. So Chakhayatana arises here. Then Atita Bhavanga, Bhavanga Chalana, Bhavangupacheda, Panchadwara Vajjana, Chakhu Vinyana. So for Chakhu eye consciousness to arise, this eye translucency arise 4 mind movements before. That is Pure Jata Pachaya. Similarly, but this eye translucency is also Indriya, right? It is also a controlling faculty. So it arises 4 mind movements before and it controls the whole eye consciousness. That's why it is the king. When eye translucency arises, we have Chakhu Dwara Vithi, right? Eye door mental process. So for this whole eye door mental process to arise, it started with the arising of eye translucency, object and contact. Because of these 3 things, the eye door mental process arises. So for this process, it controls the whole process. For this process to arise, what happened? Eye translucency is the king. It is the supreme king. Also for eye consciousness and 7 Chetasika to arise, it becomes supreme king. So it is called Pure Jata Indriya. Okay? Why Pure Jata Indriya? Because it arises before and it controls. Similar to Pure Jata Pachayo, right? So Pure Jata Indriya. This is the first type of, there are 3 types of Indriya Pachayo. So this is the first type, Pure Jata Indriya. So these 5 faculties we should understand as Pure Jata Indriya. Why? Because they arise 4 mind moments before. When you are listening also, the sound transparent element arises 4 mind movements before the sound consciousness arise. Pure jata indriya. Nose, tongue and body. Similarly, you can understand if I just explain about one indriya. So it is the king in its respective field. So in order to see, it is the king. What is the king? Chakhu pasada or eye translucence element. To make it simple, I will give you one example. If your, okay, when I say Chakhu Indriya, you understand? Everybody understand? So I will use Pali, okay? If your Chakhu Indriya is strong, what happens? If your Chakhu Indriya is strong, what happens? Okay, if the king of a country is strong, what happens? People also are happy, right? If the king is strong, powerful and rich, the people of that country also are very happy. Okay, now if your Chakhu Indriya is strong, what happens? You will see better, right? If your Chakhu Indriya is weak, what happens? You cannot see, you need glasses. And I can see some have glasses. Because why? Your Chakhu Indriya not so strong. But some don't have glasses. Why? Your Chakhu Indriya is strong. It is the king. In order to see, it can become like the king. If the king is powerful, also the people are happy. Similarly, if the king is powerful, you can see better. Far away, also you can see. Near also, you can see. If the king is not strong, you cannot see properly. Similarly, if your Sotindriya is strong, what happens? You can listen to sound clear. If your Sotindriya is weak, you cannot listen properly. Similarly, nose, tongue and body, right? So that is why it is called Indriya. It is the controlling faculty. It controls how we see, how we hear, how we smell, how we touch, how we taste. That is why we call them, that's why the Buddha separate them as Indriya. So this is the connection. So these 5 Indriyas arise before the consciousness and they become the controlling faculty. So the cause is Pasada Rupa, no? Indriya. So cause is the Pasada Rupa. Effect will be consciousness. That's why. Chakhu Indriyam is the cause. Chakhu Vinyana Dhatuya is the effect. Tang Sampayutaka Nancha Dhammanam also effect, referring to 7 Chetasika. What is the connection here? Indriya Pachayena Pachayo. Okay. Understand? Clear? If you are not clear, then I will try to repeat. If clear, we can move forward.
What's the meaning of Purechaka?
Purechaka is arising before and giving, arising before and giving condition. How to do now? I have to scream. Maybe when light come back, everybody disappear. Now no electricity, we can run. Bhante will not see. Yeah, my Chakhu Indriya is still good. I just check up my eye before Vasa. 6 by 6. I can read all. The smallest one, I can read all. Okay, so let us move forward now. Should not waste time. So this is called Pure Jatindriya. Now there is another, if you can see the Pali. Rupa Jivitindriyang Katatta Rupanang Indriya Pachena Pachayo. Rupa Jivit Indriya. So, Rupa Jivit Indriya Katatta Rupanang Indriya Pachayana Pachayo. So this is second type of Indriya. Okay, the first one is the 5. Pure Jatindriya. This is Rupa Jivitindriya. This is the second type of Indriya or controlling faculty. So this Rupa Jivitindriya, what does it control? See, my hand, it is dead or alive? Alive, right? Your hand, dead or alive? Your eyes, is your eye dead or alive? Your eyes are alive. Your ear, dead or alive? Alive. Your nose, dead or alive? Your tongue, dead or alive? Your body, dead or alive? Alive. So why? Why is it alive? Because of this Rupa Jivita. So Rupa Jivita, in every Kammaja Rupa. Katatta Rupanam is referring to Kammaja Rupa. You know, Kammaja Rupa. In our body, we have many Kammaja Rupa. In our eyes, we have 4 types of Kammaja Rupa, right? Kaya Dasaka Kalapa, Chakhu Dasaka Kalapa, Bhava Dasaka Kalapa, Jivita Navaka Kalapa. So these are Kammaja Rupa. So in every Kammaja Rupa of our body, there is this Jivita Rupa. Because of this, we have the sense of alive. It's not like dead meat. You know, when we see our body, we can know it is something different from this table, right? This table does not have Jivita. Our body have Jivita. So we can see it is different from this table. It is different from dead animal, right? When we see a dead animal, we understand it is different from alive. Why? It does not have Jivita. So this is also Indriya. It is also a very strong controlling faculty. It is like the king. Why? It is the reason we are alive, you know. So it is the king to make the beings alive, to make the Rupa alive. So here, Chakupasada. If there is no Jivita, Chakupasada cannot stay alive. So you cannot see. In order for your eyes to be alive, what is the controlling faculty? What is like the king? Jivita. So if you analyze the Kalapa, there are 10 Rupa in Chakhu Pasada Rupa. Pathavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo. Maybe I should say in English, no? I use too much Pali. Earth, water, fire, wind, color, flavor, odor, nutritive essence, then life faculty, then eye translucency. These are the 10 Rupa found in your eyes. Chakhu Dasaka Kalapa. So there is life faculty, you know. Jivit Indriya is life faculty. Because of this life faculty, our Rupa is alive. So it is responsible to make us alive. In every Kammaja Rupa, you can find this. This is Rupa Jivit Indriya. Now there is another also we call faculty. Is called sex faculty, you know, which makes difference between male and female. So actually it is also Indriya. It is also a faculty which is like the king. If it is female, it will give characteristics of the female, right? So you can see male and female is very different. The way female walk and the way male walk is different. The way, the sound, the voice of a male and the voice of a female is different. You know, even the tanha, we can say kama tanha of a male and kama tanha of a female is not the same, right? It's different. The craving, maybe males, they have craving for sports car. Female, they will have craving for makeup items, right? Why? What is it? Because Indriya, here, because of female faculty, they have such kind of attachment. It is the king. So female have different way to walk, different way to sit, different way to think. All because this faculty is like the king. It is controlling everything of a female. Similarly, the male, it is becoming controlling faculty. So once you are reborn as a male, you will think like a male, you will walk like a male, You will eat like a man. You will behave like a man. Why? Controlling faculty. But in Patthana, the Buddha did not mention. See, we already recite all the Pali. The Buddha never mentioned about these faculty, about male faculty and the female faculty. In Patthana, we cannot find. Only in other texts of Abhidhamma, they have mentioned that this is also a faculty, like controlling faculty. Because it is very clear, we can see the female sex kalapa controls the way of a female, characteristics of a female. The male sex kalapa controls the characteristics of a male. But in other texts, we can find this. But in Patthana, we don't find. What is the reason? So, the reason why in Patthana, Buddha did not mention about these gender differentiating kalapa as indriya pachayo is because although it is indriya pachayo, sometimes it is not strong like the eye. For example, if you have chakku pasada, you can see. If you do not have chakku pasada, you cannot see. Very clear. No up and down. But this sex materiality is not so strong like the other faculties. That's why the Buddha did not put it in indriya pachayo. Because sometimes it cannot become the king. Sometimes it cannot become like the king and work. Sometimes it can become, sometimes it cannot become. Because of this reason, it is not so strong. So, it is not mentioned here in Patthana. But still, it's very good for us to understand. Let us see, in the time when we are just reborn as a human, so we have already sex kalapa, right? Already separate, male or female, but very weak. Inside the stomach, either he is a male or she is a female. It cannot show any difference, right? It is still very small. Maybe after 7 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, then that kalapa can get a little bit more power, then different faculties will grow. If a female body will be very prominent. If a male body is very prominent. But it's very weak. Since it's arising in our mother's stomach, the kalapa, the faculty, the controlling faculty, the sex faculty is not so strong. Another case, there was one Bhante. His name was Tissa in the time of the Buddha. He was a bhikkhu, well learned. And around his 10 vasa, when he was 10 vasa, what happened? You can find this in Vinaya Pitaka. It's the story in Vinaya. So, in his 10 vasa, one day, suddenly, he became a female. He became a female. Now she. Then she have doubt. Now is she a bhikkhu or not? Because he was a bhikkhu before. Now 10 vasa already become lady. All other Bhante also cannot decide how to do. So they take her to the Buddha. Bhante, this happened this morning. She become female. Everything changed. Her body changed. Completely become female. From male, overnight, her body changed into female. Then the Buddha say, okay, now please send her to Bhikkhuni monastery. So the Buddha decide, okay, now please take her to Bhikkhuni monastery. Then how about, should I disrobe or not disrobe? They ask this question to the Buddha. No need to disrobe. Go to Bhikkhuni monastery. Then how about my vasa? Okay, you are 10 vasa Bhikkhuni. Even her vasa is secure. So if a bhikkhu changes into a woman, there will be bhikkhuni. And they will be also the same vasa. So, yeah, the whole life she was a bhikkhuni after that. So because of this, see, if indriya pachayo was very strong, whole life cannot change like that. But because this sex faculty, sometimes because of some past karma, it can change the sex. That's why the Buddha not put this in Patthana. But in other Abhidhamma texts we can find about this faculty. Then another case, even nowadays we can see someone even born as a boy, but they are like a woman, right? They are like a woman, they think like a woman, they like to do makeup, this and that. Although they have a man body, but their mind is still woman. That's why, because the sex controlling faculty not strong. It cannot be the king to change the characteristics of that person into a female. So nowadays, because of surgery, they do like trans woman, trans man, many things arise in the world because of this. Although it is controlling faculty, we should understand sometimes they change. That's why it's not so strong. For eyes, very clear. If you have eyes, you can see. If you don't have eyes, you cannot see. So it's very strong controlling faculty, very strong king. Small king, we can say. Small king. There was one time, Uttara Kumara. You know his story? Because yesterday I feel you're very dukkha, you don't have any stories, so today I searched some stories to tell you, so it will be interesting. Because yesterday I see your face, very boring. Uttara Kumara. One time I already talked about Venerable Mahakachana, right? In Kammapachayo, I talk about beautiful, how to become beautiful. I give Bhante Mahakachana story. So his name is Mahakachana because his body is like gold, shining, very golden body. So one day Bhante Kachana was taking shower in the river. Then this Uttara Kumara, he saw Bhante Mahakachana, Arahanta. He is foremost disciple of the Buddha. Then what did he think? Oh, this Bhante's body is so beautiful, the golden body. So if I have wife like this, if my wife body like this, I would marry her. No, if this Bhante was lady and with such body, I would make her my wife. So this Uttara Kumara, he think in this way to an Arahanta. So because of this akusala, the first javana give result because he due to Arahanta. So the first javana give result in this very life. It affect his bhava rupa, no? It affect his sex kalapa. Then he change into woman. Then he become Uttara Kumari. From Uttara Kumara, he become Uttara Kumari. Now she is very shy. She cannot go back to her home because she have wife and 4 children already. Now she very shy, become woman, cannot go back, so she run away. She go to another village. Then there she find a man, she marry, then have children. So this person have children he is father also, mother also. Before, as a man, he already have wife, so he have 4 children. Then later, sex change, become woman, go to another village, marry another man, and as a woman also, she give birth. So he was father, he was mother also, both in one same life. Then, okay, she was, now I have to say she, right? Because woman, Uttara Kumari, she was living her life with her new husband and new children. Then one day what happened? The people, her old friends from that village, come to this village. So she can recognize them, but they cannot recognize her because now she is woman. Nobody think, like man can turn into woman. So they don't know her, but she can know them. So she think, oh, they are my friends from my past. So from my old life. So I should invite them to my house and I should ask about my relatives. So she invite them, please come to lunch for my house. So they come for lunch. Then she is talking, That person, how is he now? This man, how is he? And they are surprised. How can you know everybody from our village? We never see you in our village. We never saw you. We don't know you. But this lady, she knows everything about us. She knows everything about our village. How come? Please tell, how do you know about all these things? Then she's shy. She's shy. She don't want to share. But they insisted. They keep on asking again and again. Then later she said, "Oh, my past, I was Uttara Kumara. But one day I saw one Bhante showering in the river. I have this kind of thinking. Because of that, I become woman. Then I was so shy, I could not go back to my family. So I run away. I come here married and I have a new family now." Then they say, "Oh really?" Very surprised. Then they say, "Bhante Mahakachana also have come. He is also staying nearby the village. So you should invite him and you should ask for forgiveness." Then she invite Bhante Mahakachana. Offer lunch. Then she said, "Bhante, I saw you one day showering because of your very beautiful body. I have this kind of thinking, and because of that karma, I become a woman. I am sorry, Bhante. I should not have think wrongly about your body. Please forgive me, Bhante. I am sorry." Then Mahakachana Bhante says, "Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu." Then Uttara Kumari changed back to Uttara Kumara. Then Bhante Mahakachana asks him, now again he, not she, again he. So Bhante Mahakachana asks him a question. Okay, you become father and you have children as a father. Also you have children as a mother. So which children do you love more? Bhante Mahakachana asked this question. So what did he reply? She is mother, so she knows. So yeah, he said, "I have children as a father also. I have children as a mother also. So I love the children which I gave birth. Which I gave birth, I love my children. Other children, maybe as a father, he also loved, but not like when he was a mother." So we can, by this story, we know mothers love their children more than father, because he himself experienced both. Then when Bhante asked, he replied in this way. So this is why, although they are faculty, these are sex faculty, is like an indriya. It can give the characteristics of the man whole life. It can give characteristics of the woman whole life, but sometimes have problem. If you do some karma, the karma can affect and have problem. Then it can change also. That's why it's not mentioned in Patthana. So we should understand it in this way, okay? So this also clear. Understood? Maybe cannot forget now. Uttara Kumara, Uttara Kumari. So we finish Pure Jata Indriya and Rupa Jivit Indriya. Then now we have another one remaining. So we can check in the Pali. Arupino Indriya Sampayutakanang Dhammanang Tang Samuthananang Charupanang Indriya Pachayena Pachayo. So there are some mental factors which can also become Indriya, controlling faculties. Okay? These are called Arupino Indriya. Okay, let us go back to another Pachayo. Chattaro khanda arupino anyamanyam. Chattaro khanda arupino anyamanyam. Become potato. Become potato. Sahajata pachayena pachayo. Okay? Chattaro khanda arup. The four mentalities always arise together. Sahajata pachayo. When chitta arises, chitta can never arise alone. Chitta can only arise together with cetasika. Mentalities, mind arise together with mentality. Chitta can never arise alone. So this arupino indriya is sahajata indriya type. So in indriya pachaya we can understand three indriya. Purejata indriya, rupa jivit indriya and sahajata indriya. This arupino indriya. So what are arupino indriya? There are 11 dhammas which are controlling faculties for the mind. Okay? So 11 kind of mind, when they arise, they can become like the king. Everybody have to follow. But they are the king in their own area. They cannot become king like Adhipati. For Adhipati, Chanda, Viriya, Chitta, Vimamsa. They are Adhipati, right? When they become Adhipati, everything have to follow. But these are the small king. So when they arise, everybody will follow. But they arise only in their own respective area. They cannot become the king of the whole world. So in this way, we should understand. Okay, so what are these arupino dhammas? So for you to understand, first one is manindriya. Manindriya. Mana indriya. Manindriya is mind, is chitta, Because whatever thing we understand, always chitta is arising. Without chitta, we cannot know anything, right? So in terms of knowing, chitta is controlling faculty. Okay, you see me, you know me as a bhikkhu, Bhante Atthadassi. Why? You know me because of mind, right? You have mind, that's why you know. So in order for you to know, mind is the controlling faculty. Manindriya. Then there is Vedana. Vedana can also become Indriya. So how many types of Vedana there is? How many kinds of Vedana?
100.
Okay. Let us go one by one. If I hit you, what happened? Pain. Dukkha Vedana. Okay. Then another is opposite to this dukkha is Sukha Vedana. If I shout at you, what happened? If I shout at you, you will not have physical pain, but you will have mental pain. You will be sad, right? Oh, Bhante said like this to me. You will be sad. Domanassa Vedana. If I say, oh, you are so handsome, you are so beautiful, what happens? Somanassa Vedana. Then if I just talk normally, what happens? Upekha Vedana. So there are these 5 Vedana. So this Vedana also can become controlling faculty. So when you are happy, this can become Indriya. Somanassa Vedana can be Indriya. When you are happy, it can be either kusala, it can be akusala. So when you are happy doing something, if someone want to disturb you, what will you? You will be angry, right? Why? Because this Vedana is becoming controlling faculty. That's why. Tang samuttananancha rupana. See? Arupino indriya sampayuttakanang dhammanang tang samuttananancha rupana. Because of this somanassa vedana, which arises together with chitta, you are happy. So all the mind, all the everything is inclined towards this vedana. So you are happy to, okay, you are meditating. You are happy to meditate. So because of that, you wake up early and you come to the Dhamma hall. After lunch, although you are tired, you wake up, you come, because this Somanasa Vedana is helping your Rupa to come to Dhamma hall and meditate. But if someone give you, okay, today you do not go meditation, you clean the dining, then maybe you will feel sad. Then, although you are cleaning, maybe you will be sad. So this Domanasa Vedana will become controlling factor. You cannot be happy. So maybe when you are cleaning, maybe you do not do properly. Even the dishes, you might clean through, because and you want to meditate, you cannot meditate. You might break some dishes. So because of this, Vedana can also become controlling faculty. Vedana can become Indriya. Okay? So 5 Vedana and 1 Manindriya become 6, right? 5 Vedana, right? Sukha, Dukha, Somanasa, Domanasa, Upekha and Dhammcitta become 6. These are Arupino Dhamma. Then we also have other controlling faculties, you know. What are controlling faculties? Do you remember? 5 Indriya. What are 5 Indriya? 5 Indriya. You always have to balance when you are meditating. You have to balance 5 Indriya, right? Saddha, Viriya, Sati, Samadhi, Panya. So these 5 are also called Indriya, controlling faculty. Why? Because they also control our mind. If you have Saddha, what will happen? Sadindriya, right? Saddha Indriya. If you have Sadindriya, you can ordain as a bhikkhu. You can ordain as a CLA. Although you do not have any friends, you are far away from your family, but you have Saddha. This is the Buddha's teaching. This is the path to liberation. This is the practice to attain Nibbana. You are, even though you are alone, staying in forest in the Himalaya, you are happy practicing meditation. Why? Because your Saddha Indriya is strong. Because when your Saddha Indriya is strong, it becomes like the small king. So all your mind, it supports your mind to have meditation, to be happy with the Dhamma. You know, do you know Venerable Sunakata? Okay, I should say about story, one story more. Venerable Sunakata. So he had good Saddha for the Buddha, okay? Because of his Sadindriya was strong, he ordained as a bhikkhu. When he ordained as a bhikkhu, he practiced meditation. He could attain jhana. He could attain kashinas, 8 attainments. Then he practiced 14 ways, in many ways. After that, he could attain Dibbachakku, divine eye. So he can see Devaram, he can see hell, he can see if someone die over here, they can reborn over here, like that. He can see everything because of his Dibbachakku. Then one day he go to the Buddha and he said, Bhante, I want to practice Dibbasota, divine ear. I want to listen to the Deva music. I want to listen to the beings in the hell. I want to listen to the sound far and near. Bhante, please teach me divine ear. So he went and requested the Buddha in that way. The Buddha checked his parami. In his past life, he had done karma to destroy other people's ear. You know, he had bad karma, like he hurt other people's ear. He hurt their sota pasada. Because of that karma, in this life, he could never attain Dibba Sota. He cannot attain that psychic power. So the Buddha said, it is not for you. You should not have interest in this meditation. You cannot, and it is useless. No? For Buddha to teach him is useless because he cannot attain. So the Buddha did not teach him. Okay. His Saddha Indriya become weak. That's why it is like small king. It cannot be Adipati because it can change. If Adipati cannot change, right? Everything will follow. But this Indriya is small king. If it is a small king, when it's strong, it's very good, but it can change. That's why small king. Now what did he say? You Buddha, you have a lot of material. Stinginess. You don't want to teach the Dhamma that you have. He said like that to the Buddha. You know, you can hear, you have divine ear. I want to learn from you. You do not want to share this Dhamma with me. And he don't have faith to the Buddha. His Saddha Indriya become weak. When his Saddha Indriya become weak, what happened? There was one ascetic named Kodo Khattiya. He was the disciple of Nikantha Nathaputra. Okay? Naked ascetic. So what did he say? You know, you do not teach everything what you learn. So this Kodo Khattiya, the way he practices looks like, I think he is real Arahanta. You are not real Arahanta. He said that to Buddha, this Bhante. I will go to him and learn from him. Those are people who teach whatever they know, everything. They do not hide their teaching. They do not hide the Dhamma like you. I will go to this Kodo Khattiya and I will learn from him. I will also become Arahanta like him. Then the Buddha said, Oh Sunakata, do not say such words. He is not an Arahanta, nor he is practicing to become Arahanta. His practice is wrong. If you follow him, you will also not have good practice. Then what happened? You Buddha, you always say other Dhammas is wrong. Only your Dhamma is right. He said like that. You say other people Dhamma is wrong. Your Dhamma is right. You always say that. I will go. You know? Many people accuse Sadhuji also like that. Not from this time, from Buddha's time, like that. Then this Sunakata was about to go. Then the Buddha said, okay, you see, after 7 days, your teacher, this Kodo Khattiya, will die of indigestion. He cannot digest the food properly and he will die. Then when he dies, people will drag his body like a dead dog. They will not respect his body and carry to the cemetery. They will drag his body like the dead dog and throw away. You just see what will happen to your teacher. The Buddha say like that. Then this Bhante, okay, he disrobed, he go to this naked ascetic, become his disciple. Then he say, oh, great teacher, you know, Gautama say like this to you. Within 7 days you will die of indigestion and your body will be thrown away like a dog, dead dog. We should prove Buddha wrong. You know, Buddha always says such thing. We should prove he is wrong so we can become stronger than him. Then this Kodo Khattiya also believed, okay, we should prove Buddha wrong. From today until 7 days I will not eat anything. So how can I die? If I don't eat anything, I will not have stomach problem. I cannot die. So he stopped eating. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 7 days, almost died because no energy. Then when he don't have any energy, he thinks, this Sunakata, he come from Buddha's dispensation. He was a bhikkhu. Maybe he want to kill me, so he say like that. He have this thinking. He want to kill me, so he said like that to me. Now, almost 7 days, I did not eat anything. I'm almost about to die. I think it is his plan to kill me. I should eat. So he ordered, okay, bring me food. I want to eat. I'm hungry. So he eat a lot. So 7 days, he did not eat anything. Immediately, he eat very heavy foods. Now his body cannot process. Then he died of indigestion. So the Buddha's word was true. So then also after that, okay, the Buddha said they will drag his body and throw. So we should not let people do that. So they prepare a big wooden platform, put his body in that platform and carry. Like when we went down, some of us saw how they carried the dead body. Similarly, okay, like that in the wooden platform, they want to put his body and carry. But what happened? They try to lift his body, no one can lift. It's like very heavy. So many people try, no one can lift. Then someone, okay, try pulling. Then when they pull, very easy, they can drag. So they just tie one rope and they drag his body like a dead dog. Then they drag into the forest. Then these people think, he is not Arahant. Why we should burn his body and make chitya? We should not do. This Kodokhatiya is not an Arahant. Why? Because, he did not eat for 7 days, and after 7 days he ate so much he died. He eat until he died. Arahantas never do this kind of behavior. He is no Arahant. Throw his body. So people just throw his body in the forest and come back. So Sadindriya, when your Sadindriya is strong, you will have the faith in the Buddha, the Dhamma, the teachings. When your Sadindriya is not so strong, what happens? You will have doubt. So here everybody practicing meditation, you should make your Saddha Indriya strong. Sometimes many yogis, they have this doubt. This is light. Is this light? Is this really light? Inside light? Outside light? Is this nimitta? So, actually, Saddha. If Bhante say it is light, Saddha. Use Saddha Indriya. Try to develop Saddha Indriya. Then, some people have doubt. By practicing meditation, can we really attain jhana? Can I attain jhana this life? No. So, we should build up Saddha Indriya. By practicing vipassana, can we attain magga? By practicing vipassana, can we attain nibbana? People have doubt. So, Saddha Indriya. Okay? So, in this way, we should try to improve our Sadindriya. When our Sadindriya is strong, it becomes like a king. When it becomes like a king, it can be very well. But too much Saddha is also not good. So, Panindriya will balance with Saddha. Panindriya is wisdom. So Panya and Saddha, these two will balance each other. Then Virya and Samadhi, these two will balance each other. How to balance? Sati. Sati will balance everything. Sati Indriya. So as long as you are mindful, as long as you have mindfulness, as long as you have Sati Indriya, all the other Indriya will balance automatically. You do not have to have any thinking. If your Sati is strong, other Indriya will balance themselves. So these are Indriya Pachaya. Purejata Indriya, Rupa Jivit Indriya, and Sahajata Indriya. 3 types of Indriya Pachaya. So with this, we have finished Indriya Pachaya. So tomorrow, we will learn about Jhana Pachaya, Magga Pachaya. In this way. Now almost finished, about to finish Patthana. So tomorrow, we will learn Jhana, Magga, these Pachayos. So by learning this pariyati, may you can apply them in your life. And may you have good faculties, good Indriya. And those Indriya help you attain Jhana, Magga, Phala, and Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Purejata, Rupa Jivita, and Sahajata. I was planning to give story for each Indriya, no Saddha, Virya, Sati, Samadhi, Panya. I think too much, a lot. So I decided maybe no need. सहजात अरूपिनो धम्म सहजात हुन्छ नि त
But in the text, the third indriya is arupino indriya, but you said it's sahajata.
Yeah. Chattaro dhamma arupino anyamanya sahajata pachayo. So arupino dhammas always are sahajata. That's why these arupino dhamma are sahajata indriya. Everything is connected, Patthana. So if you forget previous connection, you cannot understand later connection. It's connected. Everything is connected. I think because of Kamma Pachayo, maybe you forgot. Kamma Pachayo too long, many stories, so you forgot other connections.
Can you explain Purichatta as arising before and giving condition? So that means Purichatta, this king, he arises before the other process, or they also arise together?
Four mind movement before the eye consciousness. You check your Purejata note. You will understand. You should read your Purejata note again. Or you can listen to the recording, Purejata Pachayo. Yeah, Patthana like that. You know, Tamusiado. He opened his eyes, nobody in the hall. Not easy.
And so these three indriya, the first one is arise earlier, the third one arise coexistent, arise together. How about the second one, the rupa?
Jivit Indriya. So inside one kalapa, it protects the Kamaja Rupa. Jivita, or life faculty. Katatta Rupa is only for Kamaja Rupa, Kamaja Kalapa. So in every Kamaja Kalapa, you have Jivita Rupa, which will sustain the life of these Kalapas not to die. That's why our body is different. This is a live body, different from dead body. So it is life faculty. It is the king. In what sense? To keep the body alive.
So it's also coexistent.
Yeah, together with, in the same Kalapa, coexisting with the Kalapa.
Actually, both rupa and arupa indriya are coexistent. But why we only emphasize the third one as sahajata? Because the second one is also sahajata.
But that already the Buddha gave, not for confusion, he separated Rupa Jivit Indriya. He make it one different faculty because it just supports for life. But Sahajata is for Nama Dhamma. We do not use for Rupa Dhamma. I think within 1 week we will finish now. Not so much remaining. Not even 1 week, maybe 3 or 4. After 3 or 4 topics, we will finish Patthana.
But one more question about the Purichatta. You said when the king is strong, the people are happy, are also strong. So when the eye consciousness is strong?
No, eye translucency.
Eye translucency is strong, we can see more clearly. But this process of seeing is also influenced by our mind. For example, if I'm very interested in something, I focus it very much. So I also see more clearly. So is that like this mind is like the minister to that king?
Like if you like something, then it is like Vedana, Arupino Indriya, also there, right? See? So not only one Pachayo, that is from Rupa also there is Indriya, then the mind will also be Indriya, controlling faculty. That's why there is mind also. So you like something, Somanasa. So this Somanasa becoming Indriya. Understand?
Yes.
Also, you don't like something, you see, because you're angry. You see why. It become controlling faculty. The domanasa become control. You don't like someone, but you keep on looking at them. No? Why? You don't like, you should not see. But the mind go and see. Because domanasa become controlling faculty.
So for this case, actually there are two kings. The higher translucency is a Purichata king. And
yeah, these are the king in their own, like for instance, one country in China, big country, may have many small states. So every state can have their own king, right? So Indriya is like that. So Chakwindriya is the king for only eye. Arupino Indriyas is for their own Dhammas. Many kings, yeah, not only one king. So if Adipati, only one king, right? If Adipati, only one king. But Indriya, there are many kings. That is the difference.
So if somebody, if, for example, if a yogi gains divyachakra and he sees the Devaraya, so wisdom is Indriya.
Yes, Panindriya.
That is all Indriya will do it.
Yeah. Okay, we should share merits now. Idam me punyang asavakhaya vahang hotu. Idam me punyang nibbanasa pachayo hotu. Mama punya bhagang sabba satanang ajimi te sabe me sama punya bhagang labhantu sadhu sadhu sadhu.